Well, I don't care who you are. That is. How's it going, man? Look at that guy. Hell yeah. I don't care. I don't even care if you're that guy. That is a good looking car right there. Look at that thing. So like that part's cool. It looks really good. The wheels are, I really like that choice. I really like the ride height, but the problem is that the owner is not happy with the ride height. I drove it with him yesterday and it's super bouncy. So it's got to go up. We're going to put factory springs back on it. I'll do an after here shortly. So here are the springs that were on this Cadillac ATS, and they're from a company called Swift. And I don't know the exact drop rate, but it's probably 1.5 inches. It's an inch anyway, probably an inch, a little over an inch. But anyway, you can see this is what we call a progressive rate spring. So your coils are kind of far apart here, and they get closer together up toward the top. And believe me, you could feel that, right? And the reason being is as it compresses these lower coils, these don't compress very much. So it gets stiff really quick, but it has to, because it only has so much room to compress. Whereas the stock rating springs are what we call a standard rate. So they're the same. The spacing between the coils are the same all the way through. So it's more of a gradual compression, so that the ride feels more gradual. This feels decent until you get into a bump, and then it hits hard. Whereas this is, higher because, the car sits higher. But you also, again, the strut has more compression room. It's got more time to absorb the bumps as opposed to these. So we're gonna go get these swapped out at the street and get them back on the car, and we'll see what the difference in ride height is. And here it is on stock wheels, stock springs. The rear shocks were leaking a little bit. There was a little bit of seeping, and this has got the MagRide setup, similar to the C7 Z06 setup. And so it's kind of still a little bouncy. I think this car needs rear shocks, to be honest with you. It's way better than it was. Like, it was super bouncy previously with the lowered springs, and the front feels good now. The front feels super good, but the rear just, it grabs every bump and like springs you up. Kind of I like the aftermarket wheel setup he had on it way better than these stock wheels, but it's obviously getting to be that time of year, so it's time to swap out wheels, but still a good looking car.